Is purchasing a home one of your goals for 2024, but you feel like you're locked out, whether it's because of credit challenges, the cost of entry, lack of down payment funds? Maybe you've tried in the past and you didn't qualify through traditional sources, banks for loans such as FHA, VA, conventional. Well, guys, it's Friday night. It's cold outside and I've got some things on my mind. In tonight's or Friday night's chill chat, we are talking about the USDA Direct Loan. This is also known as the 502 USDA Direct Loan Program. And we're going to kind of talk about the highlights and also maybe dispel some myths and provide clarity on a couple of things. What is it and who is it for? Well, the 502 USDA Direct Loan Program is for eligible properties in rural areas for those who meet the income criteria. And before you get bent out of shape and you're thinking about rural, it's in the middle of nowhere without access to modern conveniences like grocery stores, shopping, dining, and all the things we like to do, how we live, work, play in our daily lives. Well, not quite. While that could be true for some rural areas, the word rural, for the most part, especially in an area like the greater Charlotte metro area, means that it's outside of the metropolitan, outside of the city, right? The counties that touch the county where the metro is, and maybe even the counties that touch those counties. But it doesn't mean out in the middle of nowhere without access to the things, okay? So we're going to break this down and we're going to talk about the highlights and maybe dispel some of the myths about this program because it's fantastic for those who may be eligible. One, no down payment. In most instances, there's no down payment. There are certain circumstances where you may be required to pay a down payment because you've got tons of money in the bank. This program isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't for investment properties. This is for those who need it. And as many of you know, we are facing a major affordability crisis in our area, in our market, especially in the city of Charlotte. So programs like this can help kind of combat that challenge. And so I'm super excited about this because there are so many people that are able to achieve, right, the dream of home ownership through programs like this. Interest rate can effectively be as low as 1%. What does that mean? Well, we're going to talk about payment assistance, also known as a subsidy, which some applicants may be eligible for, which would make the interest rate an effective rate of as low as 1%. And that depends upon household income and the size of your household and other factors. So closing costs can be included in this loan for those who qualify for that. These loans are funded by the federal government, and affordability is at the center of this program, making it affordable, again, for those who need it. The term can be 33 or 38 years, unlike most mortgages, which are 30 years. This helps stretch out that loan and make the monthly payment more affordable. Okay, so let's talk about some of the highlights. One, you can purchase an existing home or you can build a brand new home. Yes, you can buy new construction with this loan product. No money down in eligible areas. We talked about that. We talked about the interest rate can be an effective rate of as low as 1%. Closing costs can be included. This loan is funded directly through the federal government. All right, so yes, we're re-emphasizing a lot of the things that we've already touched on. As you can see, we've talked about this here. This is kind of at a glance, all of the key components, the highlights of the program. And now we're breaking things down kind of in bite sizes. You must have dependable and stable income. The general rule of thumb is just like any other loan, 2, 2, 2. Have you been on a job 2 years? You filed income taxes for the last 2 years. You got 2 bank statements. You got your last 2 pay stubs. Okay, so think in twos. 2, 2, 2. And I guess I left out a set of twos. 2 years, 2 bank statements, 2 stubs, 2 tax returns, 2 paychecks, 2... Did I miss anything? I'm getting confused with the twos. Let's slow this down. 2 tax returns, 2 bank statements, 2 pay stubs, and 2 years in your current job. Yeah, there may be nuance and this may not be exact all of the time, but that's a good general rule of thumb. Alrighty, you must be able to show that you're actually capable of making your monthly payments. That's why it's important for you to have or to meet some minimum set of criteria. All right, while it might be easier, that doesn't mean you don't have to provide the proper documentation that you can afford to pay a monthly mortgage payment. And the mortgage payment is partially based upon the household adjusted income. And I say partially because you may get a subsidy to help you with the monthly payment. And also the interest rate is below market for the overall loan. Today's interest rate for USDA Direct is 5.125, and that's on all loans. And you may be eligible for the subsidy, which would also lower that monthly payment, in effect, lowering your interest rate. Couple of things I want to highlight with this as well regarding the payment assistance, okay? It's a type of subsidy that reduces the mortgage payment. So let's just say hypothetically, the mortgage payment based upon the purchase price, the amount that you're borrowing, and the interest rate of 5.125, and the payment is $1,000 and you qualify for a $200 subsidy. So that means that you will pay $800 per month for your mortgage payment. The subsidy is not permanent. It's reassessed annually to determine if you still need it. Do you still qualify? Are you still eligible? Again, this isn't a get rich quick thing. This isn't a give money away to people who really could not benefit from it, who don't need it. It's for people that need it. If you win the lottery or you get a big promotion, a big pay increase on your job, the subsidy may go away. But guess what? You can afford the payment now. You don't need the subsidy. So don't get hung up on that. But if you need it and you qualify for it, you will get it. All right, repayment recapture. What does that mean? Because that's a scary term when we're talking about having to potentially pay money back. If you have to pay back money in a recapture situation, if any, it's based upon the circumstances and the gain. What does that mean? Okay, so there is a calculation that determines what your gain is, right? Based upon what you paid for the home, how much you finance, and the current market value of the home, and how long you've been receiving the subsidy. And also the timing. If you bought a home in January and you sold it in June and it increased by, $100,000, yeah, you're going to have to pay that money back. If you were receiving that $200 a month that we talked about, you may have to pay that money back. But why wouldn't you, right? And why wouldn't you want to? So while there may be situations where if you were to sell the home or move out of the home, that you may have to pay a recapture, but more than likely you've received some type of benefit other than the enjoyment of living in your own home, that you receive a financial benefit because you've made a profit from this property based upon money that was provided to you. So it's kind of like paying it forward. More money in the pot for someone else like you who also may need not a hand out, but a hand up, right? So well-deserving individuals just like yourself that may be able to benefit from this program. So guys, that is pretty much the summary of the USDA Direct Loan Program. If you would like more information about this program, or if you want to see if you qualify, because I am a certified USDA Direct Loan Packager, and I can package these loans across the United States, the Virgin Islands, as well as Guam, and in Puerto Rico. So if you're curious about eligibility, if you're curious about if a particular area where you live is eligible, please feel free to visit my website, myusdadirectloan.com. On that website, you'll see a button, a green button in the middle, and it will say quick pre-qual. That quick pre-qual is just a couple of pieces of information about you that you will provide, and I will be able to determine if you are eligible. Not necessarily guarantee that you will receive the funds, but that you're eligible and you can move forward in the process. And then we would gather additional documentation and information to then get your certificate of eligibility. So If you or anyone that you know may benefit from this program, please reach out to me. All of my contact information will be in the description box below. And you can also, again, visit my website. And shameless plug, you could attend my monthly homebuyer class at homebuyerclassnc.com, where I talk about things like this, the home buying process, down payment assistance programs, the USDA Direct Program, and what you need to do to prepare yourself to purchase a home. Well, I appreciate you spending part of your Friday night with me and hanging out with me. And I would also appreciate it if you would like and subscribe to my channel and maybe share with someone that you love and care about. Well, that's all for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.